What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? Following the recent gun brandishing incident, MORANT has been suspended by the NBA. The Memphis Grizzlies said in a statement that the basketball player would not be playing any games until March 15th. This gives them time to work out whatever appropriate sanctions they deem necessary against him. What do y'all think about this, fam? I mean, they're really treating the dude like he killed somebody. They'd have made the man go to counseling. They'd have made him distance himself from childhood friends, people calling his daddy out. And now, this man has been forced to re-find Christ. Usually, people, when they want to find Christ, it's usually after they do some drugs or they kill somebody, they, do something like burn down, a house or something, hold somebody hostage. The kid was playing with a gun on social media. He's a grown man, 23 years old. I got it. He's still young, so I said kid. But yeah, he is a grown man. He's playing with a gun on social media. Do we have that right if the gun is legal? Do we have a right to play with the gun on social media or brandish a gun on social media if he's a grown man and the gun is legal? What do you think about that? Coca-Cola pulled out too. Coca-Cola actually had an ad with Ja, which they said was their biggest ad. That's what they said. It was the biggest ad they had ever done. At first, they put it on private. Then they took it off of social media, well, on YouTube. They took it off of YouTube altogether. So I guess it's still on some of their social media platforms, but it's on private. I mean, they going after this dude like he committed a double homicide or something. Now, having said that, fam, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about this money. This man reportedly is set to receive somewhere in the neighborhood of $200 million. When a company invests that kind of money, they want to make sure that they get a good return on their investment. And to much is given, much is required. When they're giving you that kind of money, fam, I get it. You're a human being. He's a human being. He's going to make mistakes. But he don't get to make the same mistakes everybody else does. He's too valuable. He's not just a 23-year-old. He's a 23-year-old who companies are investing hundreds of millions of dollars in. He's a franchise player. He's going to be held to a higher standard. And he needs to start acting like it. That's right. I said it, man. I said it. He needs to start acting like a franchise player. He got to keep it clean. He has to know there are going to be times that he almost is not going to be able to avoid certain things. But brandishing a gun on social media, you had to know nothing good was going to come from that. That's one of those things he could have avoided. Let's say he has some type of gambling habit. He goes out and he loses $1 million. Well, some people might think that's a little fishy for a basketball player to be gambling because they may think that, if he's gambling, he's shooting the dice. If he has a gambling mentality, maybe he'll gamble on these games and maybe he might try to throw a game or two or whatever, or maybe he may try to hit a certain amount of points, get a certain amount of blocks or whatever. You dig? Maybe he may do certain things to cover the spread. So you can see why things like that would raise the antennas of team owners and fans alike. To much is given, much is required. Ja Morant cannot afford to move around like an average 23-year-old. Not saying that other 23-year-olds are less significant of human beings than he is, but Ja Morant has a stronger responsibility. He has a more important responsibility than most 23-year-olds. I get it. You're 23 years old, you're going to make mistakes. Hell, let's not even get to talking about my mistakes at 23. My mistakes, oh, man. Ooh-wee, man. I wouldn't have never even made it. Even if I had the skills to make it in the NBA, I wouldn't have made it. They would have been like, hell no. Not him. So people grow at different rates, and you got to, kind of like give a little latitude for youngsters to grow. And, although Ja Morant's growth is going to have to be a little faster than others, his curve is going to have to be shorter than others. But that's the price you pay when you reach that level. And that's what he wanted. He wanted to be a basketball player. He wanted to be a professional basketball player. He wanted to be a star basketball player. Well, when you're a star, the lights are bright. So suck it up, Buttercup. It is what it is. But what say you? Drop a comment, fam. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?